Welcome back, Disney friends and family. So this is a very long-awaited, updated video, and hopefully I covered all the details. If you have any other questions, feel free to send me an email about this. First off, I want to thank each and every one of you, because without you, I would have not been able to achieve such a wonderful, exciting business adventure, and I absolutely love this. A little backstory on myself in general. I've always been a bargain shopper since I was probably 7 years old, from garage selling, and as I grew up, just finding great finds, clearance finds, and my love for Disney is deep. I was raised in a household where we enjoyed going to the parks when I was younger. My father actually worked for the company for a while. He was upper management in the credit union many years ago. So I have always loved Disney. I've always had a passion for Disney, and it's just my happy place. So hopefully this video will cover every question that you have. If not, again, feel free to send me an email. So the first thing I would ask you to do is, if you are on Facebook, definitely join my Facebook group. It is called Shopping with Character Liz Linen. And the reason behind this is it will allow you to see my shopping schedule. It will allow you to know when invoices are starting to go out. And also, we have fun. We're like a big Disney family inside this group, and it's just a lot of fun. So definitely please check this out. How to place an order. Okay, so before I go into the details of how to place an order, basically this video is going to cover how to place an order, how I ship, the shopping fee, how to pay, invoices, everything you need to know. If you're international, if you live in the UK, it's going to cover pretty much everything, I hope. So how to place an order, pretty easy. Send me an email, lizlinen@gmail.com. Now, what you will need is every email, every single one, name, address, phone number. This is very important. Then you need to create your list. And I did print out a list that someone had sent me, and this is a perfect prototype example. Now, I've had other people go above and beyond, and they've created Word documents, and they'll do it by category. They'll say, okay, toys or clothing, and that's great. I love that. But I know a lot of you guys might not have that much time to do it. If you can do it like that, hey, I'm all for it, because it does create a much easier shopping environment when we go pick up your orders. So basically, I have a lot of writing on this, but you're gonna put your name, your address on the top. And I really like how this particular person, she put a space in between each item. And I really like that, because when I'm in the store or I'm shopping, or let's say my daughter's helping me or my stepmother's helping me, it's very clear as to what you want. Now, if you want to add pictures, go ahead. It's not necessary unless maybe let's say there's 3 different types of Tweedledee Tweedledum shirts, and you don't feel like you're descriptive enough. But as long as you're pretty descriptive, if you listen to my videos and how I describe things, I'm pretty much going to know what you're asking for. If, let's say, my stepmother is fulfilling your order, she's helping out, and she has a question, she always comes to ask me. All the orders, bottom line, when we go shopping, at the very end, I take a look through all of them just to make sure that I didn't miss something in the store. So basically, that's the easiest way to send me an order. Now, I'm going to talk about add-on items here shortly, because I am changing my structuring because of the business. Response time to emails. So I do get hundreds of emails a week. Some could be inquiries about how do I pick up, how does your process work. Some are actually orders. I also run a couple of large groups on Facebook that are not associated with this in general, so I get emails from that. I also get emails about my YouTube channel, and maybe it could be a collab video or just, other sponsorships or whatever. I get a lot of emails. So normally what I do is I wait until the last minute before I go shopping. And it also benefits you because a lot of you guys like to add on to your orders. Say I release a video on Wednesday, you guys put an order in, and then on Friday I release another video, or you might see Bob and Ashley's vlog, or Yammy's vlog, or whoever is vlogging at the Character Warehouse, and you guys keep adding. I've had people add like 5 orders to the original order, which is totally fine. But for me, to ensure that I can get everything that you want on your actual order, I wait until the day before I go shopping to sort through these emails. So obviously, if I was going to reply every single time to every email through the week, I wouldn't get anything done. So have patience. Once you hear a reply back from me, I will be going shopping. So with that being in mind, let's say you place an order. Let's say I went shopping on a Monday and you put an order in while I was shopping. That email is probably not going to get a response until that following Sunday before I go shopping again. So if you change your mind, if you want to cancel your order, Saturday night, that's the only exception. Cancel your order by Saturday night, because if you do not cancel your order, you will be held responsible for that particular order, because as I'm going through, you might miss the email that I say, hey, I'm going to go pick it up, and here I am the next day picking up your items. So my shopping schedule, I do release that on the Facebook group. The shopping schedule normally is going to be on Mondays. Now that may alternate as the summer comes. I don't know, it might be on Tuesday. So another thing too, this business has grown so much that I'm looking to either do 2 weeks of shopping, 1 week off, or every other week at some point in time, only because, and I'm going to get into that in a minute, what it takes, what's involved, how many hours that's going into it. And I also think that this schedule will also benefit you in many ways, and I'm going to tell you why. Basically, I have this big long list of stuff. I want to make sure I covered everything. So what's involved? Okay, so first of all, the traffic. The traffic here is crazy. I normally have to commute on what is known as 192 and I-4. So my personal route, 192 is where all the tourists come and they stay, if it's not on Disney property normally, unless they go on International Drive. You have a million lights, and people go 35 miles an hour in a 55-mile zone, so it's so much fun. And then once I get on I-4, which is actually the main highway leading into the Character Warehouse, I'm down by the tourist area, so it's always a jumble of traffic. So it does take me an hour and a half round trip to hit to both of the stores. Customers. So another thing is, when I go into the store, this is basically my whole process of what it takes. It's not like you're going into a Walmart and picking up some milk. We are there from the time it opens, 10 o'clock, and sometimes I don't even get home till 7 if I hit both locations, which I normally do. These stores get very crowded. It is a Black Friday experience almost every day at opening in the store. And as time progresses, between 10 to 12, sometimes you cannot maneuver as easily inside the store. So you have to be very respectful of others, and you don't want to like, excuse me, and they're just standing there like, they're like in the zone, they're like in the Disney zone, they're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is 99 cents, or whatever, because I do the same thing too. So I have been spending 50 to 60 hours a week since my business has been picking up and doing so well. Because of this is why I need to cut back and do a 2 week on, 1 week off, or every other week. We spend a whole day shopping, then we do a whole day sorting all the everything out and packaging up. Then I spend a day on shipping and invoices, which I'm so excited. I found a genius way on how to get the invoices out quicker to you guys. I'm going to talk about that in just a minute. Then I have to schedule the package pickup, and a lot of times lately the post office does not come when they said they're supposed to come, and hopefully I can get that resolved very quickly. Before, I was actually taking all the packages myself to the post office, which would take a few different trips, but now it's just impossible. I can't do it. Then by the time that's done, I'm creating a new video on a Friday or Saturday, and then Sunday I'm going through all my emails and putting them out again. So I really don't have much time, family time, or to rest in general. So hopefully a couple of my goals is to move closer to the outlets. That will resolve some of the traffic issues and cut down on the time. But I will tell you this. So I know what I was going to say. So basically, let's say I take those 2 weeks and I shop, fulfill your orders. The next week I take off. I'm not taking off. I actually am an Amazon affiliate and I do work online as well. But I also want to create, continue to create fun vlogs on my YouTube channel, informative vlogs. And because the business has blown up so much, I have not been able to take the opportunity to do so, which I don't mind, but I'm trying to find my flow. But it will also benefit you guys because of this. There's been plenty of times I have a lot of Disney friends, and they'll send me a text or they'll send me an email saying, "Hey Liz, such and such is here at the store." And I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to get down there, but I can't because I'm in the process of sorting or invoices, and that's my first priority when I get the shopping haul for you guys. So I can't just drop everything I'm doing, especially when it's such a long round trip drive. Excuse me, and it's been killing me because someone will send me, oh my gosh, they've got this in or they got that in, and I can't just drop what I'm doing and go and get it. So when I take that week off, which won't be technically a week off, it'll be a shopping week off, I will go in there and I'm going to get some of these hot items, because once hot items at the store, you've got to be in the store or available to get them, or you're probably not going to get your hands on them between the massive amount of locals, tourists, resellers that want to get their hands on them. So that's really exciting. So invoices. Let me tell you, this has been such a journey. So at first, invoices weren't so bad, but now that my orders are picking up, I do have carpal tunnel, and I was spending from 8:30 in the morning to maybe 11 or 12 at night typing up your invoices. And just, it brought me really, like, I'm not even gonna lie, extreme pain, and I was just racking my brain on how I can do it easier. I've looked into QuickBooks, I've looked into all these other different ways where I could do the invoices faster. And thanks to a Disney friend that I met last year, and I'm so excited. It was like an epiphany, and it's just genius. So we're in the day of modern technology, right? So why not take advantage of this? So, oh my gosh, this is the exciting part of my video. This is so exciting for me. So I do have a second business phone that I have actually disconnected. I'm going to get it reconnected. So basically what I'm going to be doing is this. So we print out your order. If we pick up something on your order, we'll scratch through it to know that we picked it up. During the shipping, the sorting process, sometimes, you know, I don't know, sometimes things do kind of get fluffled, or let's say we thought we picked it up but we didn't. So what I have everyone do is highlight the item and put the price point, so I know for sure that that item is going in your box or your bag or your package or whatever it is. So once I do that, I'm going to calculate right here the shipping cost, the tax cost, and the total amount, and the shopper fee, which I'm going to go into in a minute. And so I'm going to snap a picture of this so I don't have to type up all of this information. I'm going to snap a picture and I'm going to text it directly to you. This is going to be great because not only is it going to save my wrist, it's going to save me probably 14 hours of work. Plus, you're going to get your invoice so much faster. For those of you who are in my Facebook group, Shopping with Character, everyone's so excited. Has invoices come out? Oh, I'm so excited, I'm so excited. So I'm like stressing out. I'm trying to get it out to you as soon as possible. So you guys will get this directly to your phone. You won't have to worry about it going into spam, which sometimes it does occur. It goes into spam or whatnot. So it will go right to you. Now, a couple things on this. I might have 100 orders that week, 50 orders, 200. It just depends on the week. I don't know. With that being said, I could be snapping these pictures. My stepmom, I am not going to be able to respond back personally to every single text if you guys decide to reply back. So if you have any questions about the invoice, please send me an email. Don't text back because it's going to be text overload. I'm just really beyond excited about this whole process here. Now, some of you live internationally, and I know that I can't text you. So you're going to get your invoice the same way that I normally do, because I have people that shop in Germany and the United Kingdom and Canada. So I can't just pick up a phone and text. I also do know that some of you do not have a actual cell phone. You actually have a home phone. Very, very rare. I would say maybe 1% of you guys. So when you create your order, please let me know that, hey, this is a home ground phone. Please send me a email invoice. But if you have a actual cell phone, this is how you're going to get your invoices. It's going to come out much, much faster. Also, and add a note, one of the main reasons before, and I know some of you guys have experienced this, I put your phone number, I request your phone number is this. Sometimes I might call you guys. I might be in the store and say, hey, I noticed that you wanted this photo album, but did they have this one? So do you want me to pick that up for you? So sometimes I make those courtesy calls for you guys. If I have questions, I was contacting people that, let's say they didn't get their invoice or it went to spam, I would contact people that way. This is just a genius idea to me. It's just going to save a lot more time. I think it's going to make you guys happier in general. So I think I've got all of that covered up. So the one thing that I've not touched base with is shopping fee. So I have been very, extremely 1,000% conflicted on a shopping fee. And I sat down and I really thought about things, my channel growth. I thought about that and what it's going to be like in a year. And I also am paying people to help me do some of the things that I do. And unfortunately, I have been stiffed over a few times. However, 95% of you guys have taken really good care of me. But with all of those in the mix, you know, I figured it was time to put on a shopper fee. And I really did not want to do this. And who knows, I may change it back in the future. I might. But I'm thinking to myself, okay, so right now I'm sitting at 8,000 subscribers. I'm so excited. But let's say next year it doubles. I don't know if it will. It may or may not. But if I have 16,000 subscribers, I'm going to get twice as many emails. And of course, everyone thinks that the tips is a great idea. However, physically, because I don't have, you know, a staff of 12 people helping me, it's virtually impossible. So this is my shopping fee. I feel like it's very fair. And I also wanted to talk about the shopping fee. So the shopping fee is going to be this. It's going to be a minimum $10 pickup charge or 20% of the bill, whichever is higher. The 20% will be added before shipping cost in general. Now, I know some of you that create very large orders, you might put on items that are 99 cents, that are 49 cents. So do I think it's fair to charge $10 pickup for that 49-cent item or that $2 item? Yes and no, because that's going to be up to you guys. And I'm going to create a method to where it won't cost you as much if you use this method. So, for example, I pulled this out. I got this last year, and this is a die-cast figure that is normally $39.99, and I picked it up for $2.99. This thing is huge. I mean, it's bigger. It really is bigger than my head. So in that case, the $10 shopping fee, that's a freaking amazing deal. I've seen other items go into the warehouse in general that might be 99 cents and it's worth $30, $40. That's a great deal. Now, for a magnet, you know, unless it's like a limited edition, you must have it, like you missed it at like a Run Disney magnet or something that you want. Maybe not the next person that you want. That might be a good deal. So to avoid you getting a $10 fee for just a we'll just say this was 49 cents. It wasn't, but for a 49 cents item, this is what I would like you to do. When you create your list, let's say, okay, Liz, I want to get the Peter Pan mug, I want to get the Eiffel pen, I want to get the Mickey t-shirt. So you create a large list. If I can find anything on that list, underneath it, just write on add-ons. So if I fulfill any of these one items on your list, maybe the t-shirt, the Spirit jersey, the Kate Spade purse, whatever it is, your add-on might be the 99 cent or $1.99 chip clips, or it might be a 99-cent pin it. So there you go. There's a easy way to get around that. Now, if you want the item, let's say you see this and you want this, don't even put it on your add-ons, just keep it on your major list. I hope this is making sense. So I hope it makes sense. Now, let's say, here's another example. Let's say you have 5 add-on items. Let's say you have a Mickey Mouse pen. Maybe you have some little hand cream. I don't know, just really tchotchke items. You can say, hey Liz, if you find all my add-ons, then go ahead and go for that, and we'll do the $10 shopping fee. I don't have a problem with that, because I feel like you guys are making money, we're saving money. However, I want to do what's best for you guys and for my family and my business in general. So I hope you guys understand that and explain that clearly. I don't want to be like super confusing on that. So I'm going to reiterate one more time just in case. Create your main list. If I can find anything on this main list, then write in, hey, I want this 50-cent magnet or this pen. Now, again, some of you might think that pen, you have to have it. It's a limited edition pen, and you're okay with that $10 shopping fee, then don't put it on your add-on list. That's just as simple as that. I was very conflicted about doing this, but I figured it needed to be put into place. And, you know, if it doesn't work out, I can always go back to the original way I was doing things. It's just that simple. So another thing I want to say about the shopping fee, a lot of you guys actually tip me more than this. You guys will tip me 20% with the shipping costs. Some of you guys, you know, they tip me 30, 40, 50%. So I don't want to ruin this for you guys that are taking care of me and such. So this is just a base. If you would like to add a tip onto the PayPal, go for it. This is my main source of income. My main goal is to get into a home. Homes in Florida are very expensive. You're probably looking at about $200,000 if you're lucky for a decent home in a nice school area. So I don't think it's going to be happening this year, but hopefully in the future it will be happening. The cost of living is very expensive. I do not have paid holidays. I don't have an insurance plan. I will have to be paying for my own insurance, things like that. So it's very, very hard work, but it's fun work at the same time. We put 100% into finding these items, getting these items out to you, and it's just such a blessing to give you a little bit of Disney. These are Disney parks merchandise. It's coming from the parks. It's authentic merchandise, so it's a lot of fun. So with that being said, these shopping fees are just a baseline to start. Of course, you know, you don't have to add an additional tip. But if you want to, you absolutely can add that onto your bill if you want to, and everything is greatly appreciated. We work really hard for you guys, and I really appreciate all of you. So I hope that I explained everything properly. Again, if you have any questions, just shoot me an email. All right, so payment issues. Payment, I accept PayPal. If you don't have PayPal, just go ahead and sign up for that. It's pretty easy. I do not accept e-checks. I know sometimes when you guys pay through PayPal, a few of you have paid through e-checks, and that's fine because I never explained that. However, PayPal puts on a crazy hold that can take up to 7 days, sometimes 10 days just to clear that check. I want to get your goodies out to you as fast as possible, so no e-checks, please. If your name is different, please, 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 when you check out with PayPal, it will give you an option to add a note. If your name is Jane Doe, and that's how you emailed me, Jane Doe. But on your PayPal statement, it may come up Jane Mouse. So I might have a lot of people with the same name as Jane. So it does take me some time to go back and try to figure out whose payment this is. So please just write that little note. Hey, in the actual PayPal invoice, not necessarily in the email, but in the PayPal invoice, because I can just click on the PayPal and be like, oh, that's Jane Doe. All right. 24 hours to pay. This is so important, and I think because I'm texting you guys now for this invoice, it'll be a lot easier for you. Excuse me, goodness. The reason, there's a lot of different reasons. One, I put my own money up front. It's not like you guys are giving me the money up front. And there's a reason I do that, because sometimes you're going to ask me for 10 items and I might only be able to get 2 or 5. This merchandise goes in and out of the store very quickly. They do get merchandise on a daily basis, so you never know, if they're going to restock that item or whatnot. So I don't want any money up front, because I just can't, I wouldn't be able to keep track of all that. So it's my personal money. I might be putting my rent up, and I'm also paying other people. So, Amazon and Target, they want their money up front before they ship. So, obviously I don't do that. I do things a little bit differently. Plus, when I give your invoice out to you, that's it. Like, your shipping costs are done. I'm ready to ship. And it's very difficult for me to go back and say, hey, let me just void out this label. I can do it, but it takes 2 weeks for that shipping cost to come back to me. So please, guys, stay on top of it. 24 hours to make your payment, and that makes you happy and me happy. And of course, another reason is basically I need to get that money back so I can go back to the warehouse and go shopping for you guys again. Okay, my shipping process. So basically, I do take the time out because I want you guys to save on shipping. Sometimes there's just no way to find a cheap route. So there's 3 ways basically to ship. You've got your priority first class mail, and that's normally 2-day shipping, maybe 3 days. So with that being said, sometimes if you live on the East Coast, it's literally a 20 cents difference. That's it. So obviously I'm going to ship priority so you can get it faster. However, if that box weighs a ton, if it weighs 5, 6, 10 pounds, priority is probably not going to be the way to go. It's going to be ground. Ground shipping is normally I use that if it's going to cost over $18 in shipping. It's going to save you a lot of money. I've weighed packages that weighed 10 pounds and said it was going to cost me $40 to ship, priority. And then I click on ground shipping costs, and it might only cost $15 or $16 or $18. So it's only half the price. So I always try to see what the best option for you. The only thing about ground shipping, it does take up to 10 business days. Now, first class shipping, that's the cheapest way to ship. It's any items that are under 16 ounces, and those take up to 5 business days to get to your house. Those are items like maybe a pair of ears, some pens, sometimes a t-shirt, sometimes a spirit jersey I have shipped in a small, but anything over a small ends up going into over 16 ounces. So if it's under 16 ounces, it is the cheapest way to ship. And I do that, but a lot of you guys love Disney like me, so you guys get a lot. Yes, the Postal Service does have flat rate shipping. So you have your small boxes, which are basically nothing. They're super small. You have your medium boxes, which cost $12.80 to ship. And you have your large flat rate boxes. So basically, as much stuff as I can get in those boxes, it's a flat rate. However, you can't get that much in the boxes. I use those primarily more for, I have someone in Colorado, sometimes in California, when they're ordering heavy items like frames or mugs. I will place those in there as securely, wrap them up as best that I possibly can, and get that into the large flat rate. Now, I have used these flat rate boxes for people on the East Coast as well, because sometimes it's only maybe a 20 cents difference and they're gonna get their package faster. I'm gonna pause the video for just 1 second and I'm gonna show you the boxes. Okay, so here we have, this is a medium flat rate box. What I placed inside of this box is 1 mug. That is what I placed in there. So these priority boxes, they're not going to fit a lot. That's the medium. That's the one that's $12.80. Now, sometimes I use these for shipping to California because it is cheaper if it's a lot of clothes, and it will save a lot of money. The next box is the large flat rate box. This is right about $18. Again, it's not very huge. I wanted to just kind of move those so you can see. So here I'm going to place a mug inside the box. It's still not very big. and then some ears. Now obviously I can fill this box up a lot, but I just wanted you to see that you're not going to be able to fit a ton of items in these boxes. So that's that. For my international clients, so what I would highly suggest is this. I have a lot of people that are currently using a company. It's called myus.com. I've heard great things about this company. I believe that the first month is free. I'm not sure how much it costs on a weekly basis, maybe monthly basis, maybe $7. It's very affordable. But what I've found is that once I ship there, it's close to me as well. So my shipping cost is not going to be too overly expensive for you to pay. They get it to you pretty quickly, much quicker than when I ship it through the U.S. Postal Service. It does save you a lot of money. A lot of when I ship to the UK, I feel like that's for some reason the most expensive packages I send. Normally I can't get away with anything under $50. A lot of the times shipping costs go up to $100 when I ship to the UK. With that being said, my international customers, I normally have a box and I tell them I just keep adding into it until they're ready to ship so they can get a little bit more for their money. But I would definitely recommend this myus.com. I have a couple other people using a website called Stackery, Stackery. It's kind of the same deal. Also, I've heard with the UK that this particular company, if let's say I shipped your goods to them, they ship it to you, you don't have to pay duty fees. And I know that that can really add up pretty high. So I would definitely check that out. Now, concerning my holds, I was doing holds and fulfilling. Some people don't use those websites. So let's say I have someone in the UK and I create a box and every week I just add to it. Please email me if you're international, if I have the room. Right now I have no room whatsoever to hold anything. I need to get it out of my house as soon as possible. Same with the resorts. So I was charging a one-time fee of $15 to store and deliver to your resort. If you were staying on Disney property or anywhere in Central Florida, it didn't really bother me wherever you stayed. I would deliver your items to you during your stay. And that's a one-time fee just to store and to cover the gas. And normally I buy a nice tote, keep your things inside the nice tote while you keep adding to your goodies. However, right now at this point in time, I do not have room for storage. So if you plan on, let's say, visiting here soon, just send me an email and I'll let you know, hey, yes, I can pick up these items for you, I can store them for you. It's a $15 service charge. That is a total separate charge to my shopper fee. Every week I will still have my shopper fee. Let's say you order 20 items and I'm holding you those 20 items, I will still charge you the $10 or 20%, whichever is higher. However, when you do that, you put in a priority list because I am holding your items. So these orders I'm going to really focus on and try to get the most for you, especially if you're coming from wherever. You could be in the United States and say, hey Liz, I'm coming from California and I want to start a box with you. And I normally hold up to 2 months. Right now though, I can't hold anymore. With that being said, my current clients that I'm actually holding for, some of you guys are coming in July, some of you guys are coming next month. Disregard the shopping fee because when I started this, that wasn't part of the deal. I was accepting tips only. So don't worry about the shopping fee. It's going to be just the same. You can just throw in tips and that's fine. So don't worry about that. Once I transition to the new clients to hold, yes, the shopper fee will be in place. Another thing I want to tell you guys is if, let's say, you order one mug, I will tell you shipping is not cheap. I don't care where you live in the United States. Shipping is just not that cheap for that one mug. It's going to cost probably $6 or $7 because of the weight of the mug, the packaging, and the box. So my suggestion is if you want mugs, which is totally fine because a lot of you guys are mug lovers. I love mugs too. Definitely try to look in the video and see if there's other things you may want. I have one lady, she works for Starbucks, and she's been shopping with me for a long time, and she always orders mugs, but she orders a lot of them. So there I can use the large flat rate box, or she actually doesn't live too far, so shipping cost isn't too expensive for her. Keep that in mind when you're just putting in an order for one item, say like a photo album. Photo albums are heavy. They're very heavy, and I will not ship those media mail. I know it's cheaper to send media mail, but the Postal Service has made it very clear that photo albums are not included in media mail, and I want to do things the right way. So keep that in mind when you're creating an order. Some of these heavier items, if you're just wanting one, it's going to cost a little bit more in shipping, and I hate that. I just can't stand that. But let's say you order a mug and a couple t-shirts and some ears, then it balances out. I feel totally. You get definitely the most for your money. Another thing I want to talk about really quickly is broken items. So I have fulfilled hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of orders, well, over thousands of orders at this point now. And there's probably a 0.1%, not even 1%, a 0.1% of breakage, because I do wrap things very good in the box normally. So, not normally, most all the time. So, if an item happens to break, which is very rare, it doesn't happen very often, if it was shipped priority, you will need to file a claim with the post office. And this is the reason why. If you come to me and say, hey Liz, you know, this Peter Pan broke, oh my gosh, this is horrible. It's horrible. And sometimes for you guys, it's not about the money. You really wanted that merchandise, and I totally get that and totally understand that. But if I ship priority and you say, can you refill me my money? Sure, I could do that, but you can also go back and file a claim with priority. So let's say you spend $20 from that, you get the $20 bucks back from me, and then you get the $20 back from the post office. So you just made money and I lost out. So if I ship first class or ground shipping, please let me know. Send me a picture. I will work with you. Obviously, I want to take care of you. I want to make you happy. I will try to ship, you know, get what you need. I'm going to be taking a hit and losing some money on this, but that comes with the business, right? That's just how it is. And please don't feel, please don't feel like, oh my God, this shipped, I'm so sad, I don't know what to do, it broke or whatever. Just send me an email. I'll take care of you. I will make sure that you are happy. However, with those priority items, if it was shipped priority, and you will know this, if it was shipped priority, on your label there'll be a big P written right on there. So that's the best way I can explain that. And again, I don't really have too many broken items. I've shipped to Hawaii, I've shipped to the UK, and never had any issues. But there is a time or two, there's a frame that's been broken or a mug that's been broken, and that's out of my hands. But I also want to make you happy and hopefully get the merchandise back for you, because I love Disney merchandise. So I'm rambling now. So I think I've got everything covered. If you have any questions or concerns, please send me an email. I think that's pretty much it. I'm pretty excited. I feel like I covered everything. I know sometimes you guys have a lot of questions in general. Don't forget, just a little, if you're already working with me and I have your name on the list of package deliveries and pickups and whatever, then don't worry about that shopper fee that, because I have people I'm holding things for right now from Canada and the US, and that's another thing I want to talk about. Bartering. Okay. I'm a big believer in bartering. So I am very open to bartering, basically a trade. So there's a lady, Carol, she actually introduced me to the bartering system. She is a DVC member, and I hold things for her. And because I hold things for her, she has gifted me 2 nights at the Polynesian on my birthday. She has also gifted me, for my daughter next year, a stay at the Grand Floridian 1 night. I'm so excited. But if you're a DVC member and you want to barter your points, let's say you live in the UK and you're a DVC member and your points are about to expire, we'll work something out. I'll give you X amount of unlimited shopping. I won't charge a shopping fee, and in exchange, you know, me and you will talk about this in our email to see what's fair, because I do know that these resorts are very, very, very expensive, and I know DVC points and DVC in general is expensive. So that might be a good thing for you. If you can't use your points, I know they will expire. Here's a way where you can get some free service of mine, you know, free shopping service in exchange for a night or whatever, a night at one of the resorts or whatever. Okay, I know I've talked long enough, but I really wanted to cover all the bases, and I hope that I have covered everything. Oh, I know one thing I didn't cover. I do not do any pickups in the park. I don't do any pickups on property like Disney Springs. Now, maybe around Christmas time, I might do that a little bit more. If there's one particular item that you just must have to have, shoot me email about it, if it's at Disney Springs. But I do not do any pickups in the parks whatsoever. It's just not me. But excuse me, if you have, like, I have a lady that's in the UK and she really wants to get her hands on the Trader Sam's dress, then that might be an option for me to go down there. She has a box, and that I want to take care of her on, because she lives in the United Kingdom. She can't get it. But maybe that's you might live in Kansas and say, man, I really want that Trader Sam's dress. It's not on this website or whatever it is. I might be able to make an exception, but no park shopping. When I go in the parks, that is my time with my family. I make the fun family vlogs. And it's just something that I'm not expanding into at this time. So I hope that covers everything. Thank you so much, guys. And remember, every day is a gift. So have faith and share the joy.